This is Pranav Guha Thakurtha from Edu TV in our most popular and interesting program, My Educational Voyage, where we invite stalwarts of the education industry from India and abroad who share their journey with the youngsters that helps them to decide. Many youngsters to take education as a profession, which was 10 to 15 years back, was not in the cards. Students were not interested in education as a profession. Now what we are seeing, professionals from the industry, they're leaving industry and joining educational institutes, maybe schools or colleges or universities. And that is a wonderful thing also. And today we have got a very famous personality with us, Dr. Sumitra Singh. She's the assistant professor at Amity Law School, Amity University, Noida. I think the university has got their campuses in various continents also. And I would request Dr. Singh to share your journey. How did education came in your life? Because you are pretty young right now, you can relate to the students better than us. So how it started, ma'am?
Thank you so much, Pranavji. Thank you so much, first of all, for inviting me to a very wonderful program where I can share my thoughts on my educational voyage up till now. Sometimes, I feel as if I was destined to be into the field of education. Well, my educational voyage dates back to my birthplace. My father served in the Ministry of Defense in the Armed Forces and the Border Roads Organization. So I grew up in the northeastern part of the country, and therein I had seen the cultural diversity of the country. And coming from that background, we traveled across the country, and I could easily connect with the people. I got so much connected with the people that I could understand the modalities and the nuances of that particular place. And traveling from the hills to the plain areas, I could totally relate that India as a country is truly a unity in diversity. So when I grew up studying in school and college and the university at different places, I inculcated in me the values that our country talks about what we talk about the global village and how things are different in different parts of the country. So slowly and steadily, when I started my college, so after doing graduation and post graduation in different genres, right from bachelor's in science with botany, zoology and chemistry to MBA in international business and HR, to LLB, and to masters in English with the B.Ed program with PG diploma in mass communication, and with other computer programmings, and with PhD in English literature, and still I'm pursuing my DLit in English literature. So as I grew up with my studies, my brain, my heart and mind together envisaged only one thing, and that was helping the people. And I think as I forayed in the field of education, learning more, I felt that the core with which I am made, and with the 9 golden rules that my father used to explain me as I was growing up there in the hills, and that is passion with a purpose, look ahead and go beyond. And perhaps that, together with what I read in my school in Arunachal Pradesh and Ramakrishna Mission, I would like to reiterate that once again, because that was the maxim with which I grew up, and that was the message which Swami Vivekananda gave it to the entire world. And it is still reverberating in my mind, it's still afresh as if I was in school. Shall India die? Oh, then from the world all spirituality will be extinct. All moral perfections will be extinct. All sweet soul sympathy for religion will be extinct. All ideality will be extinct. And in its place will reign the duality of lust and luxury as the male and the female deities, with money as its priest, fraught force and competition its ceremonies, and the human soul its sacrifice. And my dear countrymen, such a thing can never be. Today we are in a globalized world, and we see the entire world as one global village, and we totally believe in the ideals of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So my journey from a learner to a teacher got an admixture of the flavor with which I grew up, and those were the words of Swami Vivekananda. And also I always thought that a teacher can bring the change in the society, which the learned Mahatma Gandhi once said that you yourself will have to bring the change in the society, the change which you think about. So that has been my educational journey with my educational qualifications in sync with my values. And I thought that I could help my country, serve my nation and the world in a better way. So very quickly, from learning to teaching, that came all of a sudden. And I think that was something very heavenly as well. And also, I kept on getting the opportunities as I studied. So that is why it is always said, with education, you grow more, and it is education that empowers you. Always remember that. And also, I remember Francis Bacon, who once said, knowledge is power. Perhaps that has been the driving force. And I entered in the field of education some 14 years back, Pranavji, 14 years back. So my educational voyage has been a journey of learning, hard work, honesty, loyalty, simplicity, hard work, and performance. I thought that every day has to be performance oriented, and had there been 72 hours, oh my God, I would have put in more hours of work and study, and I think I can contribute much more to this world. Yes, Pranavji.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sumitra Singh. I'm sure this will help many students, not only students, all the stakeholders of education. Their parents can also see like what house Dr. Sumitra Singh has done so well in her life. Students can see, teachers can see, principals can see, fine, counselors can see, so they can also tell the students, because what I see at my home also, when the kids are young, especially girls, they want to become teachers. They imitate their teachers at home only. Fine. So that is a very interesting thing. And nowadays, teaching has become a full-time job. Teacher has to do a lot of preparations also, lesson plan, a lot of things are there. They have to use the technology also, a lot of new things are there. So Dr. Sumitra, as you are, you must have done your schooling, college recently only. What is your suggestion to the students as they're having a lot of anxiety? They're unable to meet their peers, friends, teachers, counselors who are at their side, especially grown-up kids. So what is your suggestion? I think there are a lot of problems with these students. Plus, they don't know what is their future is going to be, what kind of jobs will be available after pandemic or during pandemic. I think you can understand. Plus, majority of the families, majority, I think everyone are having a financial crunch also.
Right.
So that also, a kid who's staying at home, he's feeling it. So what is your advice, ma'am, for them?
Beautiful. Such a lovely question, which is also very close to my heart. So before I come up with the suggestion per se, Pranavji, for all the youngsters of our country and across the world in this time of internet revolution, in this time of pandemic that is going on, I have recently launched my radio show, which is titled Samadhan. Samadhan itself means solution. So this is exclusively aired at Radio Amity 107.8 FM. So why I decided to come up with such a radio show was because of this question which you have asked me. There is a lot of anxiety, turmoil in the minds of the children in all the age groups, whether studying in school or coming to college or even at the university level. Students and children, they have got different kinds of problems. They don't open up. Many students, they call me and they tell me, ma'am, I'm going through severe depression. This happened with me. I couldn't speak to my father. I cannot afford to to speak to my sister. I cannot afford to speak to my teachers. I said, what is the meaning of the term afford? Come on. Everybody, family is the first unit of the society. So one big suggestion which I would like to give from this Edu TV today is that learn to communicate, come what may. There is always a helping hand. Your father, your mother, your brother and sister, they love you. Feel to communicate. You just open up. You don't think what will happen. Just learn to communicate. You need to take just one baby step to tell that I am going through this. Just remove all the inhibitions and talk. Just talk. And today is also, what is this day today? 31st of May is the World No Tobacco Day. So, today we all took a pledge that nobody of us is going to take tobacco, and also we will keep our societies free of tobacco. So, these small kinds of pledges that you can take over a short time, where you can commit to do a particular thing. So today, I think, Pranavji, you asked a wonderful question. My suggestion to all the youngsters today in times of severe anxiety and mental, I will not call it as a mental ailment. Mental health is as important as physical health. But you should realize that I am for the society. I am made for the world. I am designed to make my maximum contribution to the society, and that I can only do when I develop myself, my persona, into an individual who is living with the fullest potential, and that you are happy. Everybody has this right to live a life with happiness, honor, and dignity. My dear young friends, learn to communicate. Just speak up, and you can also communicate with me directly at my radio show Samvad, and there we will talk freely, and also you can talk to all your friends. You can talk to all your experts very freely. Become a symbol, become an individual who is trying to build the society, who is trying to build the nation, who is trying to integrate not just the country into the fabric of love and bonhomie, but also give it a fragrance of international integration. Learn how to foster friendship beyond borders. And that is how I started my internationalization program at Amity Law School, Noida. I started with the international lecture series, and therein we foster friendship beyond borders. Make your friends worldwide. You should have friends in almost all the countries of the world. So two suggestions, big suggestions: learn to communicate, and the other one, make good friends, lovely friends, the worldwide. The world is but just a global village. Always remember that.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much.